Hello Sagittarius and welcome to my channel. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is a general reading for Sagittarius from the 23rd of July to the 29th of July 2018. I put the decks I'm using down in the description box, so please don't forget to like, share and subscribe and leave a comment because I love to hear what you've got to say and what your feedback is. So I'm going to start off with the Tea Leaf Oracle and I'm going to just draw some cards for the general energy for that week. And then I will do the general read after that. So the first card is the Well, which shows that family wishes coming true, and so a lot of luck coming into your family life at this particular moment. And together with the Sun, which just always makes luck better when you get the Sun card in any kind of reading, it says that there's a lot of happiness and well-being. So wishes being fulfilled within the family and a lot of happiness and well-being as well. And any misunderstandings that you may have had, any barriers that you have between you and family members are going to come down because a lot of wish and a lot of luck coming in, so a lot of happiness coming in, and there should be a breakdown of any kind of barriers or walls that are up between you and somebody else. So, you know, getting back together with somebody, probably reuniting yourself with somebody where you haven't had any communication with them. So in the past, you've got the Shark, and it said, take care or there will be loss of material wealth. So you're having to take care and you are highly thought of. So some loss showing that it was probably due to some unforeseen circumstances. Maybe, you know, a bit of negligence has caused you to lose something in the form, some sort of material asset of yours. And it shows the Bow, which says that you know, you are highly thought of. So maybe the Shark card telling you that there was a slight loss of reputation going on around you, and it might have involved your family. So maybe somebody said something that you know, brought you into disrespect or made people view you as not being the person that you are. So some sort of tales being told about you and maybe making your your reputation look bad. So going into the future, you've got the Mountain card, so it says that you are on the road to success, and the Bag says something important such as a new job or raise coming in. So you are definitely finding a route towards success, so a new job coming in that will bring you money, getting through an obstacle within your life, and with this Wish card with the Well, so definitely bringing you to a higher level of spirituality, you know, a lot of wishes coming with the Sun. So maybe this new job is something that you've been waiting for, and it's going to bring you a lot of luck, a lot of, you know, it's going to bring new money, new wealth, new job coming in, and it's going to help you get through barriers. So right now you are struggling a little bit with this, trying to get a job, but you will find your way through this obstacle and you will get something important coming in later on in the week. So let's do the general read. So I'm using the 78 Doors Tarot for the general read. I have shuffled this deck before, so I'm just going to cut it and draw some cards for it. Okay, so the general energy for the read is the Ten of Wands. So you're feeling very, very restricted, very confined. You feel that you've got things to say and nobody's listening to you. They're just taking it, you know, they're seeing you as like it's a joke. She doesn't or he doesn't mean what they're saying, and they're completely ignoring you and getting on with their lives. And you're feeling very, very trapped. You know, you can't seem to be able to make a move. Usually the Ten of Wands is a card of burdens and responsibilities, and maybe that is the thing that is burdening you, and you're trying to get your freedom from it, but you are trapped within that situation. So being very stuck, an energy of being very stuck and not being able to see what is going on around you, you're not able to move on and see the future. Because usually if you have a goal that you can see, you can move beyond your present situation. But you're not being able to see that, and nobody's around to give you any kind of help that you need. So the cards, the main situation is the Judgment, and it's crossed by the Queen of Pentacles. So the Judgment card usually speaks about second chances and moving on from an old situation and taking with it the lessons that you have learned with it. So something that came in that caused you a lot of trauma, usually the Tower card precedes the Judgment card. So something that came in and completely messed your whole life up has now, that situation, you've moved away from it, but you are now in the Judgment a card where you're having a second go at something, a second try, a new energy has come in, you've learned a lot of lessons and grown a lot from it, and you're deciding that you're going to bin whatever you've learned, whatever has held you back, all the bad lessons, all the bad thoughts, you're putting that aside, and now you're going to move on and into the light. You have really grown from whatever has happened in your life, and now you're putting aside all the things that held you back, all the things that didn't serve you, you're throwing it out, and you're going to be moving. If you see this is falling out into the ground, and the rest of you that is a higher spiritual lesson is now going off into the light. So you are leaving behind things that held you back, and you are now going to be moving forward. And this is crossed by the Queen of Pentacles, which says that is probably what you've been trying to go for. You've been trying to get to a point of stability, abundance. There's been a lot of hard work that came in from this abundance and stability. Maybe there's also a woman who is in your vicinity or around you, who is guiding you towards the state of enlightenment, somebody who is very established in who they are, and somebody who has their own financial abundance. So some independent woman giving you advice. But all in all, I can see that this is where you probably want to be. You want to be this Queen of Pentacles. You want to be this person who has a lot of wealth and who is making decisions and who is in charge of their lives. And it took a lot of effort to get to this point. So you are going to be sitting back and enjoying your whatever you have achieved, but you've decided now it's time to move on from that situation. So you've got the Star card in the last year or so. So you've had a lot of hope, inspiration, looking to your spiritual beliefs to try and get you through a situation. So you've been coming out of the dark into the light and using a lot of your balance, getting this emotional balance, getting these inspirations, and having a lot of optimism for the future. That's been going on in the last year or so. And going on to the future, the last 3 months, you've got the Hierophant. So this card speaks about, getting in touch with your traditional views, traditional beliefs, traditional ideas, and learning lessons from them. Maybe joining organizations to help you with that spiritual growth. So the Star card is showing a lot of spiritual growth, and now you've been actually approaching institutions, going back, looking at where you came from, who you are, because knowing yourself is knowing the world. So you've been learning about yourself, taking a lot of lessons. Maybe you've gone back into higher education as well. Definitely much more stable situation, and consulting with people and getting to know people that can give you this higher emotional and spiritual advice. And you are now forming, you're joining groups of people. Don't be a sheep in that. So it's important that you also have your own ideas and take charge of what you believe in. But you've been doing this spiritual development now in this last 3 months. And on your mind is the Knight of Pentacles. So you want to move from this that you are in into something of stability, wealth, abundance. You want all your wishes and dreams and your independence to come through. And somebody is going to be there. You're hoping that somebody is going to be there to lead you, to show you, to guide you into this new path that you want to take. And maybe this is the reason why you've been approaching the spiritual institutions to try and get this help, this guidance, working within groups of people to get this guidance to move on past this situation that you have come out of. Maybe whatever affected you so badly that now you've needed that guidance to help you cope with the situation. So going into the future, you've got the Knave of Wands, somebody coming into your life, bringing a gift. It's hidden at the moment. With the Knave of Wands, it's usually a card of action, and it usually speaks about messages coming in, messages of action coming in. You can see this woman is opening the door to this person with a gift. So you will need to be the one that makes the move of opening the door to allow this gift to come in. So whatever it is, if it's a job, if it's an opportunity, if it is some sort of spiritual advice, you are going to be the one that needs to open the door to let it in. If you ignore it, if you say, I don't want to have anything to do with it, you will not receive this gift. So it's important for you to realize something is coming and be on the lookout for it, and you will be able to some joy will come into your life. So you yourself are trying to be very balanced with your finances, with your life, with your material things. You are time managing. You are hoping that you're trying to juggle things. So maybe you're in a position where you're juggling a lot of things at this particular moment, be it money, time, resources, and you want emotional fulfillment as well, and you want it to be something that you can share with somebody. So you want to reach this emotional balance where you don't have to be dancing around and worrying about what everybody says. So you're trying to reach this stability, this kind of yin yang energy, stable energy, and you're diving into the pool of your emotions. So you are going quite deep within to try and find out who you are. Around you, people see you as somebody who is very hands-on. So the situation around you is that there seems to be some doors or barriers, some blockages for you to try and get your stability, and you are pushing with all your might. So you are making all the efforts to get these doors open so that you can move into a new phase of your life. You're worried that people are not being very honest with you, that there's a lot of sneaky behavior going around you, and people are watching you. Maybe people are trying to bring you down by the words they say, but things around you, the situation is not as nice as you would like it to be, and you are worrying that there are people that are betraying you and are not looking out for your best interests. So going on into the future, you've got the Chariot, the Ten of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. So the Chariot card speaks about, you need to be determined in what you do, and you need to take control. And if you do that, you are going to be the rock star of the piece. So you're going to have a lot of people that are going to give you that recognition that you need, provided that you make that effort. So the Chariot card is always something that takes you into a higher spiritual plane. It is a card that's ruled by Cancer, so it is something that is to do with your home life, to do with your emotions. So you need to take charge of that and get control over things, be in control over things, and do things to put yourself forward. So it might seem like you're being very, very selfish at this point, but you need to do that because you need to have display your self-confidence. So the Ten of Cups talks about, you either moving in, by taking control, you move into a much more stable relationship. But also you might be ending an old emotional cycle, which also speaks about the Judgment, ending an old emotional cycle and being ready to embrace a new one. So after the Ten of Cups comes the Ace of Cups, a card in the tarot, and so moving into a much more stable spiritual phase, and finishing off a more materialistic phase. So where you were in a phase where you relied on somebody else for your emotional fulfillment, you are now going to be able to do it by yourself and stand on your own 2 feet, and something new will come in that will bring you into that phase of happiness. So the cycle being complete it's not a bad completion. It means that you are just maturing and moving into something, a brand new phase in your life, because the wedding always heralds a new beginning of something, a new phase of life, a new system of life completely. With the Nine of Wands, it shows a person, carrying this heavy door. So you've obviously broken the doors down yourself. You are making pathways for yourself, but it's also showing a lot of burdens, carrying a burden, something heavy from the past. So leave that past behind. Don't carry things that you don't need. So don't take things from the past into the future that you don't need. You leave these things behind. The Nine of Wands goes into the Ten of Wands, which talks about burdens and having to let go of them. But you seem to be carrying something from the past into the present, and people can see that this is happening. You don't need whatever you're taking. So whatever baggage you're bringing with you, leave it behind. It's obviously something that you don't really need. It doesn't seem like it has a place in your life anymore. Anything that you don't need anymore, let go of it. So I'm going to use the Guardian Angel Tarot deck, and that's going to just give us a general advice reading for this read. I draw 3 cards from it. I have shuffled this deck. So the first card is the Four of Action, and it says your hard work and sincere efforts lead you to a sense of safety, contentment, and financial security. You deserve to take a break and enjoy the magnificent life you've created. It may be time to celebrate a wonderful event such as an engagement, a wedding, buying a new home, a birth of a child. So a celebration coming in over here. It's a time to act on whatever you need to do, and they're saying also you might need to be taking a little bit of a break. So this is usually the Four of Swords card, so you might need a little bit of a break to get your priorities in order. And the second one is the Five of Emotion, which says forgiveness is an important part of healing. Forgive yourself and those around you for the mistakes of the past so that everyone can move forward. Grieving is a normal part of life. Ask your angels or those you love to help you move through the process quickly so that you can get back to the path of joy. So whatever past issues that you had, it's now moved away from you, and with the Judgment card, you're getting a second chance. With this Judgment card, getting a second chance to do something, to reinvent yourself, to resurrect yourself, and it's time to leave that past behind and move on. And the last one is the Healer of Emotions, that said, this is the time to follow your heart and feel the fullness of your emotions. You may feel so compelled to nurture others that you forget to care for yourself. Flashes of intuition provide you with incredible insights. You or another person is a kind, tender-hearted, loving, and trustworthy friend. So this card is actually saying you need to heal yourself first before you try and go and heal the world. So you need to do that by leaving the past behind, seeing that you are now entering a new phase of your life. Leave behind past baggage. It is no longer serving you. With this Nine of Wands and with this Judgment card, leave it behind. You are moving into a new emotional cycle, and if you take charge of the situation, you are going to be the one that is going to benefit the most. So balance your emotions. Try not to go off the deep end about things, and there are people that are going to come in to help you and offer you new gifts of love or new gifts of support or new advice to help you move into a brand new situation. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching. And I'm so sorry for all this noise. It's a very, very noisy flat. So don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.